Sean "Diddy" Combs, once hailed as hip-hop royalty, business mogul, and cultural icon, now faces the reality of spending the next 4 years of his life behind bars. His sentencing has shaken the music industry to its core, and the courtroom drama that unfolded tells a story of power, downfall, and accountability. But what happens next may surprise you. Hey y'all! Welcome back to Celebrity News Central, your #1 stop for the stories Hollywood doesn't want you to miss. Don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that bell so you're always up to date with the latest celebrity news. Let's dive into it. To understand the gravity of this case, we have to look back at how it all started. Diddy, born Sean Combs, built an empire from the ground up. From producing hit albums to founding Bad Boy Records, launching successful clothing lines, and even creating the global vodka brand Ciroc, Diddy's influence in music and business is undeniable. But alongside the glitz and glamour, legal issues began to shadow his rise. The case that led to his prison sentence began with allegations dating back several years, centering on Diddy's so-called freak-off parties. These events, which involved multiple guests and high-profile social circles, became the focal point of accusations that Diddy had transported women across state lines for prostitution. In September 2024, federal authorities arrested him, citing Mann Act violations, a serious charge that criminalizes transporting individuals for sexual exploitation. In July 2025, a jury handed down its verdict. Diddy was found guilty on 2 Mann Act counts, while walking free from the more serious racketeering and sex trafficking charges. The split verdict was significant. It showed that while the jury believed Diddy engaged in certain illegal activities, they did not find evidence that he orchestrated a larger criminal enterprise. This distinction would later fuel arguments from both the defense and the prosecution during sentencing. Leading up to the final hearing, Diddy's legal team mounted an extensive campaign to sway the court. They submitted dozens of character letters from family, friends, and industry peers, painting a picture of a man committed to philanthropy, community outreach, and family. They even released an 11-minute documentary highlighting Diddy's achievements, hoping to show a side of him beyond the allegations. For the first time since the trial began, Diddy addressed the court himself. He pleaded for mercy, insisting he was a changed man and expressing remorse for the situations he had created. But prosecutors were ready, emphasizing that Diddy had scheduled a Miami speaking engagement just days after his sentencing, which they claimed showed a lack of seriousness or acknowledgement of his actions. The sentencing hearing itself lasted several hours and became a tense battle between prosecutors and the defense. The court heard from character witnesses, as well as victims who testified about the lasting impact of Diddy's actions. Judge Aaron Subramanian listened carefully to both sides, weighing Diddy's accomplishments against the harm caused to the women involved. In the end, the judge delivered a 50-month prison sentence and a $500,000 fine. While the sentence fell short of the 11 years prosecutors requested, it far exceeded the 14 months Diddy's defense had hoped for. Judge Subramanian made it clear that this sentence was for the Mann Act violations alone, not the charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, which Diddy had been acquitted of. The judge emphasized that accountability applies to everyone, regardless of status, wealth, or fame, stating that Diddy had irreparably harmed 2 women and that a substantial sentence was necessary to send a clear message. Outside the courthouse, Diddy's legal team expressed frustration. Attorney Brian Steele called the sentence un-American and argued that the judge considered behavior tied to charges for which Diddy was acquitted. Mark Agnifilo, another member of the defense, confirmed that they planned to appeal, insisting they had a strong basis to challenge the ruling. So, what does this mean for Diddy's day-to-day life? He will remain in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn until his transfer to a federal prison facility. His daily routine will now revolve around the strict rules of prison life, a dramatic shift from the luxury and freedom he's long enjoyed. The 4-year sentence may not seem long in the grand scheme of life, but in the fast-moving worlds of music and entertainment, it's an eternity. Careers are built and destroyed in less time than that. Looking at history, some rappers have managed to turn prison time into a second act. Tekashi 6ix9ine leveraged notoriety for reinvention, while Gucci Mane rebuilt his career and reputation after years behind bars. Others, however, have struggled to regain their footing after public scandals and legal issues. Diddy now faces a similar crossroads. Will he emerge with a renewed focus and a comeback? Or will this mark a permanent decline in his influence and empire? Ultimately, Diddy's story is a reminder that even the most powerful figures are not immune to the law. His sentence underscores accountability, the consequences of past actions, and the scrutiny that comes with fame. The coming years will show whether Diddy can adapt, rebuild, and reclaim his place in music and culture, or whether this chapter will define the final act of his public life. Do you think the industry will welcome Diddy back after prison, or is this truly the end of his reign? Let us know in the comments. We'll be reading your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to Celebrity News Central for more updates on this story and the biggest names in entertainment. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.